Hi, this is Craig McDaniel. You also know me as Mr. Sweepy on Sweepstakes Today. Today I'm going to kind of introduce you not only to myself but also to Sweepstakes Today and why it's such a fun website to join and to enter in for great prizes and best of all to win those prizes. Um, Sweepstakes Today started 10 years ago after I won two trucks and a bunch of TVs and trips, cash, uh, jewelry, number of other items out there. And I started Sweepstakes Today pretty much out of my own pocket. And after I sold my second truck that I won, Chevy Silverado at the one at the Michigan 400, and the sponsors were General Motors and the Indy League, and Firestone was the principal sponsor. And so my background part of that was marketing and corporate marketing, and did some things with Las Vegas casinos and a few other things. And was looking for something that was entertaining, fun, and I didn't really think about starting a website. It just ended up that way. And primarily because of a PR story that kind of went viral about me. And anyway, the rest is history. We started Sweepstakes Today, and we changed the site numerous times. My developer is Mr. Ben Miller, and he's one of the best in the world rated by Microsoft. And we've taken it from, I think we're in our fifth or sixth version now of the website, and we're looking for bigger and greater things in the future. Um, we have right now, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood about $16 million of prizes on the website and on sweepstakestoday.com. And you can see it there on my chest. And Mr. Sweepy, yep, there he is. Let's just move the camera down. There we go. And that's the official work uniform of Sweepstakes Today. Uh, Over that time, we've had about, since the inception of Sweepstakes Today, we started what we call the 10K Club about 6 years ago, I'm going to say, right around 2008. And since that time, we've have 291 people who have won over $10,000. The average among this group is probably closer to about 30, 35,000. Really simple reason why these people win, and they just stay after it. They enter 40, 50 times a day, and that's pretty much every day. And that's just a simple, it becomes a simple numbers game. Luck doesn't have anything to do really with sweepstakes, even though we want to believe that at times, or whether you have your lucky rabbit's foot out in front of you, and whatever you think might give you an edge. It really just gets down to the number of entries. And sweepstakes have changed quite a bit over 10 years, 15 years. I really got started when I was a kid, of all things. And when we moved to Oklahoma, I'm in Tulsa, I was going into the third grade. Well, we lived in an area that was pretty much on the outskirts of Tulsa at the time, and a lot of houses being built. And so my brother and I, we collected pop bottles, uh, and then we sold them back then and to the local convenience store. Well, it turned out along the ways we found out we could make just as much or more money from the pop bottle caps. Um, Particularly Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Coke, the major brands always had these contest going on where you had um, sweepstakes under contest prizes underneath the bottle caps. Well, that was that was pretty interesting back then, and a lot of times when you're a kid, 7, 8, 9 years old back then, I collected used that money to collect baseball cards. Well, we had shoe boxes of 64, 65, 66, baseball cards. Um, Ended up getting thrown out, including quite a few valuable ones. Oh, I kind of got started back into sweeping or contesting after I heard about, a baseball card show. And after that, all those boxes of cards got thrown away or given away or whatever happened to them, and except for one baseball card and one Willie Mays San Francisco pin of all things. Well, just so happens that got me a lot of cards. Those were quite valuable. Those two items. So I traded up for a bunch of cards, and then I noticed a local TV show uh, with a couple of celebrities now on TV, Dean Blevins and Bill Lamb. Uh, was on Cox TV, and it was called um, what was that thing called? Come to me. And there was another show called Time Out for Trivia. Now, uh, well, the first one in Tulsa was called Sports Scene, and it was a lot of fun because I was a little trivia buff back in the 80s, and when I had my first back surgery, and I couldn't do anything other than watch TV and phone in and try to win these prizes, and I won so much that they had to reset the rules 3 times, and that was quite an honor in itself. But I won thousands of dollars of prizes. Then I won on the national one, time out for trivia, and won a really nice prize on that one. Uh, got healed up, went back to work in corporate sales, marketing, etc. And then in the 1997 New Year's Eve, my big thing was weightlifting and bodybuilding. If you wonder why I'm such kind of a big guy in the upper body, that's why, And New Year's Eve, they say you can't hear that disc snap. They're wrong. I heard mine snap. And anyway, I had surgery about a month and a half or so later, and this time I had to give up the bodybuilding, the weightlifting, and I took up golf and was pretty good at it. And so all I had was a computer, and internet started coming around about then, and so I really didn't have much to do. And so one day I found a sweepstake, and hey, that sounds interesting. Entered and started doing some searches and found some more and more, and then found one particular site that was doing sweepstakes, and they went out of business, and found another one, and then I kind of stuck with it for a little while, and then by the time I won my second truck, I was doing a lot of searching still for quality sweepstakes, and one particular sweepstake that I found on my own was RCA and the Super Bowl sweepstakes, and they didn't even advertise this. And they gave away 5 61-inch high definition, big screen, widescreen TVs and a trip to the Super Bowl. And I won one of the TVs, but because they didn't advertise, they only had less than 6,000 people enter in for that sweepstake, period. And to me, that was amazing. I mean, you couldn't find better odds than that than win and that always kind of stuck in the back of my mind. And we watched the TV arrive the Saturday before the Super Bowl, and it was a pretty cool thing. And that TV you could watch virtually from down the street. It was that big. And anyway, um, won a second truck, and I can't tell you the experience. You'd have to live it. The time that I won the second truck, it was in a key turn contest. They narrowed it down to 5 people at the Michigan 400, and of those 5, 2 people were going to have the winning keys. One key was to was to the Silverado that I won, and the second one was to a Chevy 4-door automobile. Impala, maybe no. Well, I forget which one it was, but then the last 3 prizes was um, some kind of in car stereo, disc player, or something along those lines. Um, Really funny because we drew for key positions and keys the night before, or not the keys that night, but we drew for positions the night before, and before we uh, had a chance to get the actual keys in our hands. Um, Apparently, I didn't hear the instructions or whatever, and I put in the key in the ignition and for the Chevy automobile didn't work, and then I went into the Chevy truck, didn't work, and we go through the whole 5 of us, no one gets the truck, and I said, I think I used the wrong key because mine had 2 keys on it, and everybody else did too, but apparently I picked up the wrong key or something, and it fit the ignition. So anyway, long story short, I said, I think I got the winning key, that. So they said, try it again. And that thing started up, and it's and honked the horn, all that, and had a blast of a time. And officially, the truck was presented by Sam Hornish Jr. And we had a little chat, and that was fun. And then when the race started, they had a driver drive the truck around. I was in the front seat and sitting there taking pictures um, of all the pace car and all the other cars. You know, is getting ready to run the IndyCar race, and that was such a neat feeling. And I tell people that you can win tens of thousands of dollars of prizes. I mean, fabulous prizes. But in the end, the most valuable prize is your memories. And for this video, let's kind of leave it right there for right now. Thank you for your time. We're going to be putting out a series of videos about, how to enter, what to enter, about my lucky list, about, Sweepstakes Today as a website, other things as we go on. Thank you very much for your time, and as Mr. Sweepy says, go win something.